Are you serious? Are you serious? Folks, we have breaking news out of Jerusalem, as well as it's a prophecy alert. Now, my good friend, Rabbi Yehudah Glick of Jerusalem, also a member of the Knesset. There was a terror plot to kidnap and murder him, but it has been foiled. Matter of fact, 3 have been charged in plotting to kidnap and murder Rabbi Yehudah Glick of the Knesset. Of course, you guys know he was shot 4 times by a would-be Palestinian assassin right in front of the Menachem Begin Conference Center in October of 2014. We became close friends. I interviewed him in May of 2015, and then I went back and interviewed him again on the 1-year anniversary of that assassination attempt. And he took me to the exact spot. And you can see the video. I'll put it in the link below. I'll put it down in the description. You can actually watch the video where he and I go to the very location where he was shot, and he walks me through the whole thing. It's called The Day I Almost Died. Well, they tried to kill him again. This time there was a Hamas had 3 people within a Hamas terror cell, and what they were going to do was kidnap him and then kill him. Now, they've been arrested. There's 3 of them. And I'll put their names in the description. A little hard to pronounce their names. But according to reports, they were going to try to kill both Rabbi Yehudah Glick and a Israeli Defense Force military soldier as well. We're going to try to kill both of them. And here's what we got going. According to Israeli radio, the terror cell's goal was to use an attack to advance negotiations for the release of Palestinian security prisoners currently in Israeli jails. Glick is an activist for, of course, Jewish prayer on the Temple Mount. He was once the president of the Temple Institute and president of the Temple Heritage Foundation. Certainly a leading advocate for Jews to be allowed to pray on the Temple Mount, for Christians to be allowed to pray on the Temple Mount, and the rebuilding of the third temple, which makes him prophetically in the Bible, puts him right there when you start studying the book of Zechariah about Jerusalem becoming this cup of trembling, burdensome stone to all people, and all that burden themselves with it will be broken into pieces. Well, this is the second plot to kill him, and the first time, shot 4 times, he survives. This time, the plot is foiled. Glick, of course, trying to get permission for Jewish people to pray on the Temple Mount, though not at the expense of Muslim prayers. He wants to let Muslims also pray up there, let them continue to go to the Dome of the Rock and to the Al-Aqsa Mosque. He was shot 4 times, as I said, in close range by a Palestinian assailant back in 2014. Severely injured. After recovering, of course, he went on to become a member of the Knesset. Now, speaking to the Times of Israel today, Rabbi Yehudah Glick thanked the security forces for their work in apprehending this terror cell group. We must always remember that the quiet that exists in Israel is due to their efficient and dedicated activity. Glick pledged to continue serving the public with all my strength. I am not afraid, but I certainly will continue to take all the necessary precautions, according to the lawmaker. I know that I've met with him now 4 times. I've interviewed him 4 times, once for YouTube exclusive, and then 3 times I've interviewed him for television. And those interviews are on my YouTube channel. I will put some of those links in the description below. I can tell you that his security is tight. And even when I just interviewed him this past May, this year, there was quite a bit of security come in. And they scoured the hotel and the lobby, and he had people everywhere. They were making sure that it was a safe location for us to film the interview that I did with him in the hotel lobby. And it was a great interview, and it ended up being a great television show. But, he's got to, there's no question, Rabbi Yehudah Glick has to stay on top of what is going on. But he's not afraid. I mean, he absolutely just not afraid. Now, there's another report here, another report on the same story coming out of Israel. It says Rabbi Yehudah Glick survived the assassination attempt 3 years ago over the advocacy for the Jewish rights on the Temple Mount. The Israeli Security Agency and Israeli police have revealed that they had recently foiled this plot, attempted kidnapping in Samaria. The kidnapping was planned by Hamas and was scheduled for Hanukkah. They were going to kidnap him right now during this Hanukkah season. During October, November, the Israeli intelligence discovered that members of the Hamas terror cell were planning a terror attack. And in the course of the investigation, it was discovered that the cell was planning to kidnap an Israeli Defense Forces soldier and or a Jewish civilian from a bus stop at one of the central junctions in Samaria. The individual has been identified as the cell leader. I'll put his name below in the description along with the others. There were 3 of them. All 3 members were in contact with Hamas terrorist leader who serves as a Gaza commander and works to advance terror activities and move money from Gaza to Judea and Samaria to the sleeper cells that are up there in the West Bank. So the Hamas command center in Gaza provided the funds and the guidance and the purpose of this planned kidnapping. The plan was to kidnap and murder Rabbi Yehudah Glick. Are you serious? Folks, continue to pray for his safety. And I want to thank all of my Christian brothers and sisters out there and all of my Jewish friends. I tell you, I'm so thankful that all of you have been praying and continue to pray for the safety of Rabbi Yehudah Glick. And during this Hanukkah season, let's just say we're thankful that the Israeli Defense Forces once again do their job. The intelligence was great. The plot has been foiled. And Rabbi Yehudah Glick will continue to go forward. Pray for him, his protection. And shalom to all of you. Shalom. Thank the Lord. And as a Christian, I continue to pray for him and plead the blood of Christ for his protection in Jesus' name. Yeshua. God bless.